back at it again. I've been gone 3 weeks. So I'm going to see if I can cram 3 weeks into one video. And I'm going to pick up where I left off. But before I do that, I'm going to give y'all my disclaimer. This is commentary to me and commentary only. Nothing more or nothing less. I don't know these fools. With that being said, let me go and clear them right quick. We're going to start with the sister. The sister came down to the line at the New Atlanta spot. The New Atlanta spot that won't last long because he has no stability in his life. She came down to the line and told his audience that they don't share the same father, but they share the same mother, clearly, because they look nothing alike. We started there because Nature Nuts came down to the line recently and told his audience in front of his girls during the time that he was going in on a little rant with the girls that women out here in society have 4 and 5 different baby daddies and 40 and 50 sex partners. Not sure what his logic is behind that because, sir, you have 4 different baby mamas. And none of your siblings and you share the same mother and father. And speaking on 40 and 50 sex partners, sir, you are a man whore. And those girls over there are whores. You have passed them around to the point they waiting to be rotated at any given moment. Aya was a whole prostitute. Okay? Then he had his kids to come visit. The oldest son and one other son, Osiris. They recently just left, but my thing is, why was those kids there in the first place? You see, at some point, those women have to come to the realization that that's not an environment for children. And sometimes, some people have to cut their child's father off. Or maybe, in some cases, the mother, like Aya and Malia. We can sit here and go back and forth all day long and talk about how they abandoned their children to join a sex cult. But the fact of the matter is, they don't deserve those children. Those children are better off without them because they're dysfunctional. And those boys had no business being in that type of environment. He done went off on the children for eating cookies. Stupid motherfucker, children supposed to like cookies. And Maisha, after what he did to you, girl, that man put so many thunder cookies upside your head, you couldn't even open your eyes. And you back over there, and you sent your son back over there after what him and Velvet did to that child in the woods. They wasn't pooping. They was posing for the camera. Inappropriate behavior with a child is a felony. And what him and Velvet did to that child in the woods was inappropriate behavior. He liked to speak on people being jealous of them and hating on them. Those girls don't have anything. They don't have a pot or a window, and neither does he. He calls himself a provider and a protector. You call Musa in for security. Musa got beat up by Jax 2 months ago. Literally beat down to the ground. And that's your security? If you are the protector, you don't need security. Okay? And provider. Sir, ma'am, whatever. You're not a provider. You living off an app. You don't get up, get out, and go get it. You get up and log in bed. He complaining about Pocahontas won't let him see his child. Somebody got to be smart. Somebody got to mean what they say and say what they mean. If you going off on them children for eating a cookie and you put her out for eating a waffle, if she send her child over there, you gonna DDT that little motherfucker for eating a potato chip. Any independent woman that can provide for herself and speak up for herself, he called that woman or them women masculine. Last time I seen the concubines online, they was putting up beds and pulling tree branches in the backyard and raking leaves bare feet. Masculine much? And could you imagine having your children over visiting their dad and the child come downstairs and they dad are doing a headstand, twisting his ass? Nigga, you a whole man whore in real life. You sold your body. You still selling your body. You selling their body digitally. They're bed wenches. If they ain't laying on their back, they sucking dick online. Man whore and whores. Begging bums. Battered bums is all I see when I log in and look at these videos or when people send them to me. That's what I see. I also see a whole lot of criminal activity. That's why I title my videos the way that I do. See, y'all never know who's looking at these videos. Y'all don't know who's sitting behind these devices. And while he's sitting up there saying, so what? I beat my bitch. What y'all gonna do about it? I bet you he won't tell that to the police. And Natureboy, when you heard True beating Sheba and you talking about you couldn't do nothing about it, yes you could. If you really wanted to. You see, I'm a different type of breed. What these people selling, I'm not buying it. Ain't no way my Isha, Marissa, whatever your name is, he could do that to me and my child and I give him a pass. Some people like to forgive and forget, but I'm not built like that. If you violate me or my child, you're going to know it for the rest of your life. And that's a fact on top of a fact on top of another fact. Natureboy, baby girl, you are a victim. Don't let people tell you that you're not a victim. You are a victim. The thing about it is, you straddling the fence. You're not telling the whole truth. You got one foot out the door and another one still in. Nature Nuts is a whole read from head to toe, to his thinning hair, down to his slew feet, his girly hips and buttocks. He a whole read. His twisted mouth, he a whole read. A nigga like that, I ain't got nothing for except a headache and a hard time. He couldn't tell me nothing. Those girls are weak. I shook my head when he bought that child a game that was purchased from donations off the internet. But he called himself a provider. He's not a hard body. That nigga's softer than cotton. You see, a nigga that lay on the table the way that he did and let that white man do all them strange things to him couldn't tell me nothing. He a whole man whore. He ain't no boss. He ain't no real nigga. He a whole man whore. When that child came downstairs and saw his daddy doing a headstand and twisting his ass like a girl, he was shocked. He'll never forget that. Some people don't deserve children. We can sit online all day long and talk about Malia and Aya abandoning their children to join a sex cult. But the fact of the matter is, they don't deserve them children. Them children are better off without them. He talking about he providing for them. I have been wearing the same pair of shorts with them little shingles on it for 2 months. Reminds me of how long Malia wore that green dress. This fool online talking about he been had money, but you wearing fake designer, fake jewelry. Stop it. Where is the knowledge? Because I haven't seen any knowledge yet. All I see him running is a whole house. That's it, that's all. He running a whole whorehouse. He's the man whore and they the hoes. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, a man that twists his ass, a stripper, is not masculine. He a whole bottom homosexual. He told them they can't wear weed. They don't want to wear weed. But he had some in his head. He a whole hoe. I don't like men that twist their ass and shake their ass. I like hard bodies. He's not a real man. He got them online disrespecting them and exploiting them every chance he get. You see, a real man wouldn't put his woman on Twitter the way that he put them on Twitter. Girl, y'all all over Twitter with dicks in y'all mouth and bending over in chairs. That's exploitation at its finest. He doing y'all like that white man did him. That white man had him laying on a table, playing all in his fart box, and this nigga called himself a real nigga. Where? Natureboy, if they had to cover up Malia with makeup before she came on camera, you saw physical abuse. When he took those 2 little boys skating, that was another indication to me that he don't have a masculine bone in his body. He could have did a whole lot with those boys. He took the motherfuckers skating. They could have went rock climbing. They could have played video games, basketball, football. He took them skating. How feminine is that? This fool made a video about how long people stay on Big O. He stated that people be on Big O at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. How the fuck you know how long they on Big O if you ain't Big O? If you ain't on Big O at the same time they on Big O. If they on Big O at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and you can speak on that, nigga, you on there too. Like you stated in a video right after that. You online every day, all day. From sun up to sundown. All them people maggots. Malia so trifling, she compared the death of her brother to a turtle. If he cared about you, he would have took you to see about your brother. But instead, he told people not to mention it and told you not to talk about it. Stop talking about it. Baby, he don't give a fuck if you live, die, eat shit, or drink piss. You, your brother, your son, he told you how he feel about your son too. Aya too. He don't give a fuck about y'all children. And y'all are still there. Why? Because he holding y'all hostage. That's why. He don't want y'all to leave and tell it. Y'all need to be just like Natureboy, Velvet, and everybody else, making y'all escape plan. And what all y'all need to do is come together as a whole and press charges on him, because it can be done. The charges are there. What he does is he jumps online, put his name in the search box on YouTube, listen to people's commentary, and take it back to his platform using other people's lingo, slang, style. And when you're trying to make people aware and educate people, he'll try to twist that. But he's not smart. He may be smart to a doofy. That's it, that's all. And I said that to say this. The young lady 9, a treasure mama, she come down to the line. Unbeknownst to her, she's speaking against her own child. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. Ma'am, because I'm going to respect my elder. You giving him ammunition. You giving them ammunition to come at your child. And you. Because whenever they get ready to violate her again, what you said is going to be what they use against her. Her mama said she was crazy. So we was defending ourselves. You giving them the go on your daughter to violate her whenever they want to. Be mindful what you say. See, with a person like that, you can say a whole lot saying less. That's why I title my videos the way that I do. Because when I look at these videos, I see criminal activity. And those people are just afraid and brainwashed to speak out to the proper authorities. They feel more comfortable online. They trying to make it seem like all of a sudden, 9 or Treasure or whatever her name is today, they change their name every other day or week. They trying to make it seem like she violated knowledge. Thanks to what people have been saying online. When I saw that video, that's not what I saw. I don't think she did that. And are we still talking about Zoka's baby? Because in that same video where they were bullying 9 or Treasure, Zoka and Solar were in a camera on the other side over there in the corner with a car seat between them. Zoka tried to play it off when Solar accidentally showed it. She gave him a look, but she didn't say anything. Y'all can let these people play in y'all face if y'all want to. But from me to y'all, don't be no fool. Because it seemed like to me, the conscious community ain't too conscious. Not all of them, but some of them. And with that being said, I'm going to head my ass on back over here to my R. Kelly sector where we make it make sense. Them folks over there being co-conspirators for a whole catamite. Them folks over there being better bums for a bottom homosexual that laid on the table and let a man play in his spark box. Them folks over there being better bums for a meal every now and then that may consist of only beans and rice. Them folks over there being better bums to sleep in a tent or the basement. Them folks over there being better bums sacrificing their children Them folks over there being battered bums, considering themselves as volunteers, not victims. Them folks over there being battered bums for a donation. Them folks over there being battered bums with poor personal hygiene. Afro girl, you making soap and ain't using it. Your armpits are the absolute worst. Y'all not even shaving over there. Y'all ain't bathing too often too. Because we remember the time where y'all were in the tent with him and you crossed over to the other side of the tent and he blurted out, "You smell like a toilet." So you all are not keeping up with your personal hygiene as women. And we know that he's not, because he stated just last month he only takes a bath every 3 or 4 days. Y'all over there being battered bums for strawberries and bananas and sea moss. Who has he healed? Because according to Natureboy, she on antibiotics right now. Like I've stated in other videos, those STDs, infections, and all that still on the compound. Because those men over there are not being treated. He's not a healer. He can't do nothing with an infection or a disease that need antibiotics. Y'all remember the abscess? He took the antibiotics for that. If he a healer, how come he couldn't heal himself? Then they use their children for content. Velvet on the other side of the internet still throwing her baby in the camera, trying to use her baby for content. He had his other kids over there using them for content. But Pocahontas said, not mine, and I don't blame him. He literally had them children on the internet talking about run it up. What? This motherfucker had the kids over there begging. This broad sitting on the other side of the internet holding up a pill bottle, posing with a pill bottle. She on antibiotics. Talking about her vagina has a foul odor. What? There's nothing spiritual about this mess. It's foolishness, it's disrespect, exploitation, trafficking, abuse. It's all kind of stuff going on over there. Those people have no integrity at all. And if you following them, talking about you love them, you just like them. No sane person would go along with that nonsense. Them people are maggots. Oh, God, child, bad.